In the top stories, new laws come in to protect cultural heritage. A man is remanded to prison after police seize over 1,000 pounds of cannabis. And UWI Blackbirds win in Premier League football. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, January 18, 2016. I'm Natasha Beckles. Places, structures, and objects of historical interest could soon be afforded greater protection under local laws. Word of this comes from Culture Minister Stephen Lashley, who says government is in the final stages of completing the Antiquities and Relics Bill. He was speaking on Monday as players in the heritage sector gathered for a two-day meeting to discuss heritage legislation. The workshop is sponsored by the Organization of American States, which is seeking to address deficits in the area of heritage in the region.
This bill, as you know, would have gone to the Parliament of Barbados about a year ago, but we had to review some of its provisions to ensure that some of the concerns raised could have been addressed. And we are at a very critical stage of bringing that legislation back to the Parliament of Barbados. It is absolutely necessary legislation because it deals for the first time with ensuring that we could put in place some very important provisions prohibiting, among other things, export, trade, or sale of a number of important artifacts without, of course, a license or export certificate. The bill also aims to safeguard against the wanton exploitation of this aspect of our cultural heritage.
A College Savannah St. John man has been remanded to prison on charges relating to the discovery of more than 1,000 pounds of cannabis on a boat over the weekend. 29-year-old Jody MacDonald Watson was not required to plead to charges of possession with intent to supply, trafficking, and importation. Police say a boat was intercepted at Concept Bay St. John on Saturday and the person on board eluded officers. However, subsequent investigations led to the arrest. Mr. Watson, who is also accused of disembarking without the consent of an immigration officer and entering other than at a port of entry, will reappear in court on February 15th. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, believes the Caribbean needs to form closer ties with Africa in the area of renewable energy. He made the comments during the inaugural Pan-African Colloquium Roundtable discussion held recently at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus.
Africa has an abundant source of energy and lots of experience. Geothermal. I have geothermal resource in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. By the year 2018, by the end of 2018, 80% of my electricity will be generated by renewable source, hydro and geothermal. But I don't have anybody from Africa helping me with it. The people who are helping me are people from Iceland, Emera from Canada, which has light and power in Barbados, New Zealand, even Japan. And the reason being, we haven't established the kinds of structured links to take advantage of the technology. The same thing with hydro. 20% of my electricity is generated by hydro. But they have tremendous experience in the Congo in dealing with hydro, because hydro has, the Congo, I've been advised, got 20% of the hydro resources in the entire world.
Education Minister Ronald Jones has urged Barbadians to clean up after themselves as the island records its first 3 cases of the mosquito-borne virus Zika. Addressing the 23rd annual award ceremony of the Golden Travelers, a group of philanthropic singers, he lambasted some Barbadians for littering and illegal dumping. He said people shouldn't rely on the Sanitation Service Authority or the National Conservation Commission to keep their environment clean. The Nazarene Church has kicked off its 90th anniversary celebrations by honoring some of its own. On Sunday, close to 30 elders from across the 33 congregations were recognized for their contribution to the church during a service at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. Pastor Patrick Weeks told the churches in the local district to lean on each other since they would be stronger together. In sport, UWI Blackbirds beat Rendezvous 2-Love when the Barbados Football Association's Digital Premier League continued Sunday at the Wilde AstroTurf. Mario Hart scored in the 51st minute and Shamari Mark in the 66th. In the night's other matches, Weymouth Wales thrashed Lumisol Technology Inc. Pinelands 4-Love, while DirecTV Paradise and the Barbados Defence Force Sports Programme played to an exciting 2-2 draw. Here are some of the highlights from Empire's 4-3 victory over Notre Dame. Barbados Pride will play Windward Islands Volcanoes in Thursday's second semi-final of the Nagico Super 50 cricket competition. The Pride beat Trinidad and Tobago Red Force by 3 wickets on Sunday in a must-win match to book their spot, eliminating Jamaica Scorpions in the process. Captain Jason Holder, who was named Barbados National Sports Personality of the Year for 2015 a day earlier, produced a man-of-the-match performance to secure the victory. Red Force and Guyana Jaguars will play in the first semi-final on Wednesday, with the final slated for Saturday. All matches are at the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad.
Yeah, it's been a tough pitch, the games I've seen here and played here, it's been tough going in terms of batting, so, you have to be very sharp in the field in terms of restricting opposition, to under 200 runs. I think 200, 210 is probably a par score on this track. I believe Trinidad got away in the end there after being in a very good position in the field. Having said that, just credit to Ray Shane Durrett, stuck it up for us, where Craig Braffett played at the top, the impetus in the innings by Jonathan Carter in the middle, and myself, just chipping in the middle to build a partnership there with Shane. That's what we needed to do to win this game.
And finally, a candy seller in China has paid for his new truck with about $24,000 in small denomination bills and coins. The cash weighed about half a ton and was stuffed inside 10 crates. 13 employees reportedly spent more than 10 hours counting the money. The man, who sells candy and biscuits to villagers, said he usually receives payment for his goods in change and had too much to exchange for larger bank notes. And that's Nation News for Monday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Tuesday or subscribe to our e-paper. Thank you so much for joining us.